You're watching The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to Comic Collectables. Rex has disappeared under mysterious circumstances, so that's why I am taking over.
Amy fired him. Let's be honest. She doesn't want to admit it. She fired.
Get him out of here.
Anyway, I'm here. John's here. Alex is here. Rockin Robbie's here. Thanks for joining us. And you all are here. Thanks for being here. Preston, Ron, Thomas Bishop, CJ. Thank you to everyone who is here. If you're new, welcome. And how's everybody doing?
I'm wonderful.
We're doing good. Before we get started, we're going to be showing you these periodically through the night. Go to your comic book store on Wednesday and buy Red Sonja #1. It's her 50th anniversary. I'm super proud of these. There's a ton of these covers. Pretty much.
We'll feature some of them on Wednesday's show.
We'll pop them up on the Wednesday show. I'll just say this right now. A little bit of inside baseball. For almost 19 years, Nick was trying to get one artist to do a cover. And this person is super, super busy doing one of the most popular characters in comics, and finally he got a chance to do one.
There it is.
Gotta throw this one up really quickly. Let people see it. Take both of them. So this one's really cool.
Mike
Mignola.
We're so excited for this cover.
I mean, these covers, we'll be showing you the covers like Amy said. We'll go through it more on Wednesday. But when I saw the Mignola cover, I'm like, I know from talking to Nick that he said for a long time.
So they'll both be gone by the time the show ends, right? They'll disappeared.
What happened to these covers?
Just take pictures so that other people can see. But yeah, I know from talking to Nick, he's wanted to get these for a while. He's wanted to get a Mignola thing for a while, scheduling whatever, Mike doing pretty much everything over at Dark Horse. He didn't, they weren't able to put it together. The fact that he's going to do it for Red Sonja's 50th is, we're pretty excited about that.
I do want to show off. Let's start with cover A, though.
Sure.
Show the cover A. This is the cover A that you guys all
Shen Mare.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Very excited. And of course, there is a chrome version.
Everything's
cover
in the future.
We'll also probably give out the information on Wednesday, but Gracie, the cosplay last, will be doing. She told me she's bringing 2 Red Sonja cosplays. She's not sure which one she's going to do. I suggested she do the one from Immortal Red Sonja with the male shirt, but I understand walking around in San Diego in July in a male shirt. I get it, man. I get it. That's.
Just like Jay put in the chat, Dynamite's going to be at Comic-Con this year. Robbie, did you say you were going?
No, I'm not going to San Diego. No, not at all. But I wish you guys the absolute best. And Red Sonja is looking pretty good for 50. I'm just going to say.
Right.
50 is the new 30. So there you go.
She has. There's a big panel for the 50th anniversary. We're not sure what is being affected at the moment. But there's some good.
Although if Nick comes in at any point, he'll actually be there. So I'm sure he has more details on that than we do. While he's gone, someone's got to run the place. So
if he's here, you're still running the place. Let's people know.
Well, I did say the boss is running the show, so
publisher emeritus or whatever it is. People who asked, I was very much on the fence about if I was going to go this year. Partly it's my fault because I didn't communicate with Nick and find out where Dynamite was going to have a presence or a big panel.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Dynamite panels are my favorite thing when I go to Comic-Con. Also, once they started pulling stuff because of the writer's strike, it just didn't seem, and we've talked to the people before, people go to Comic-Con within their means and their budget, and I think that's the smartest thing you should do. I never do that. I go to Comic-Con and it takes me months to
Nicole cosplays Red Sonja to celebrate the 50th anniversary.
Maybe the 100th anniversary.
It's red pants.
Red pants.
We'll have to. Preston will have to ask him.
You know, San Diego sounds super cool, but I don't know. I also was thinking about it. I was like, Barbie and Oppenheimer come out this week, so San Diego is going to lose out this weekend. I'm telling you, Barbenheimer, y'all. Barbenheimer.
Who's ready? I'm ready.
Double feature time.
See, I would put that movie together right now. I wouldn't even release them separately. I would just mash those two movies up real quick. They would be out there. IMAX, 3.5 hours. Go. Oppenheimer blows up the Barbie dream house. That movie writes itself.
Einstein's in a convertible driving a Barbie. Love it.
There's a thing I saw, and Jeff Parker noticed it too. I'm glad I wasn't the only person. There is a still, and if I can find it, we'll try to show it on Wednesday, of Oppenheimer, and he's wearing a belt buckle. You know, they're in like 1940s clothes or whatever, and he's wearing a belt buckle. And I swear, when I zoomed in on that belt buckle, I thought it was like the atomic symbol. And I was like, that might be the greatest flex I've ever seen, man. And as it turns out, it's not. It's like I blew it up and it's just some logo. But I'm all day on Twitter. You guys see this? He is wearing like the atom size changing belt in this movie.
Robbie, are you going to stand back to back or just one or the other?
I think that would be too much tonal whiplash to watch them back to back. So my idea is to watch Oppenheimer first in IMAX, like on Thursday, and then maybe Friday afternoon go see Barbie.
That's a good plan.
I can't wait for that Barbie post-credit scene. Nick Fury for them to join the Mattel initiative.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I'm waiting for, man.
He-Man's going to show up at the end.
Needs work.
Barbie will be the Iron Man of a whole new universe.
Oh my God!
Hop in this Hot Wheels car.
He's so happy. Lola gets a new pink makeover.
Hey, listen, you never know.
Hey, you know what? We're in the era of the multiverse now. Everything crosses over with everything. One of the things I was screaming for at the time, and people thought I was nuts, and now they watch the movie on whatever and they realize I'm completely right. There was a Sandra, what is her name? She was in a movie called Gravity.
Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock. And I guess at the end of the movie, she gets to Earth or whatever, and you're like, oh, she made it. And all I wanted to see was her look up at horse's legs with a gorilla on horseback telling her, get your hands off my horse, you damn dirty human. And everyone said, that's crazy. Now you fast forward 6-7 years and people are like, dude, she would be awesome in Planet of the Apes. I'm like, yes, I know.
I agree. Like that.
All right. Shall we get the show on the road?
We got a lot of books.
Sure. We do have a lot of books.
We do have a lot of books.
Buy everything because Nick wants to upgrade to first class on the flight to San Diego. Do not make him fly coach.
Don't make him walk.
Don't make him. He's in his car.
He's hitchhiking.
Dude, if you're in your car, you should have started last weekend, man.
We'll trade art for a trip.
Really quick. Whatever you claim tonight, put it in the chat, and then click on the link to fill out the form put all your info on it. And as I like to remind you all, I don't care if we have your info already, just fill out a form so we know who got what on this particular show. Okay?
Especially with her in the room, man. Please
Name,
just fill out your
email, your shipping info, everything, just everything. We need it. Please fill out the form. And I'll say it 5 more times throughout this program.
So we've got a ton of great vintage books. I've been parsing through the new stuff that's come in. I've pulled some amazing stuff. And as a special, I'm here to make the announcement. Our first collection that we have purchased from one of our customers has come in. And we are going to show some of those books off today. That being said, we are buying collections. So if anyone out there has anything to sell comic-wise, please think of us. We'll happily take a look at what you got and make you an offer.
Yeah, I'll post a list of what I need so you can just pull those from me before you.
That's not me.
What's up, Ed Weird?
My name is Ed.
Hi, Ed.
Well, I hope we have some things that hold you over tonight.
I guess first and foremost, we always like to say that we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set. 10 random books picked by hand. And it's just for $5, so it's a great way to get into Dynamite comics.
Yeah, it's 50 cents a book.
And we shift that, and we kind of like shuffle that deck up a lot. So and then of course, if there's something you really want to read, put it in an email, let Rex know, and he'll try to find it. Like I really wanted to try Nick's or something, and people haven't done it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like I want a Red Sonja pack, I could theoretically we could pull together 10 Red Sonja titles randomly. But
we talked about that with Vampirella once. Like I think somebody had asked about where to start with Vampirella, and I said this is a good idea for a Vampirella starter pack, right? Beginning, middle, and then throw in like Vampirella Unholy or something like that. Let people kind of past, present, future type thing.
But the default pack is just 50 cents a book, 10 books, and you get a nice sampling of what we have to offer.
Still waiting for a John Cole Green Hornet pack.
We talked about that too once. It was funny. Rex told me one day, he's like, go home and get 10 of your Green Hornet books. And I said, I keep all my Green Hornet books here. He didn't find that funny.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh, wait. Isn't that stack right there?
Yep.
That's actually your stack, isn't it?
That's from all the way back when I did the YouTube video for the Kickstarter of One Night in Bangkok. We did the thing, and I basically had, in the video, I'm surrounded by Green Hornet books. And even Nick was like, wow, we have a lot of Green Hornet books. I'm like, well, wait.
Yeah, Rex has the movie pass for the entire week, apparently. So
325 long boxes. Wow, that's like building material at that point, man. I saw wow, 325 long boxes. I'm thinking, if I had that many long boxes, I would start building like walls.
I thought that's what it's like. Hansel and Gretel. He lives in the long box house. And then every so often he gets some short boxes to build a door. But Lyle, just so you know, we are buying. So if there's anything you want to get rid of, let us know. I'll happily take a look at that stuff. And everybody wins.
Yeah, he's itching to spend Nick's money. So please let us.
Oh yeah.
I will say this though: if anybody has any of the Marvel Kid and Play comics, I have issue 1 and 2. I'm looking for the rest. So there you. That's all I'm going to say.
One of them was doing a signing. One of their DJ was doing a signing at some convention, and I was like, issue 2 is the first appearance, and then I thought, for the 5 people that care, I might get some money out of it. And I was like, the amount of effort I'd have to go there to find this issue first. I was like, but I'll keep an eye out for Kid and Play for you.
Thank you. They're hard to find because they're just languishing in like quarter bins and dollar bins all over the nation, right? So.
Well, maybe Lyle's got some. Yeah, give me D-list the comic book characters. I love them. Love them so much that I want the art.
Rom, Space Knight.
No, Rom's no longer D-list. We're talking
Rom
about
is D-list. Rom is totally D-list.
Roxxon Corporation.
Strike Force Hobby or whatever it is. I'm trying to think of all the books from that era.
Thunderstrike.
Oh my God, Thunderstrike.
All right, we got some. You want to do incentives?
Somebody pick a book and go.
I was thinking incentives or the little collection of vintage that we have.
Do the vintage. We haven't started with vintage in a while, right?
All
right.
So Jamil.
So first up.
Comics
vintage.
with Bueller is here.
Hi, Travis.
Hey, Travis. Party.
Thanks for being here.
Check out these awesome vintage books, Travis. I think you'll be very happy.
All right. First up, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 207. We have one of these, and it's a 9.2. All of these are 9.2 or better.
Dwayne,
we got the newsstand edition, and we have it for $20.
Dwayne, that Mr. T A-Force book comes with a card. Comes polybag with the card. So.
Oh, that's Neil Adams too. I love that stuff. That's really great. I have that.
Terror Inc.
Amazing Spider-Man number 207 for 20.
Born to Hula.
All right. Born to Hula. Thank you.
Mesmero.
Amy, did Ron's Ken Hayes come in yet? Hopefully very soon.
Hopefully.
We are awaiting a Ken Hazer package.
Yes, we are.
It's
usually brought right to us. Like any important package is immediately brought to the front. So
sometimes it's even hand delivered. from the basement. He's handling.
Until Ken catches up, I have promised to stop messaging him with fake things that I want to see that I've told him Nick wants to see. Because one day he said, I was looking through stuff and I thought, oh, you know what? I should grab more green. And then I realized that's you wanting a Green Hornet book. Nick has never asked for Green Hornet stuff. He shoved all the green markers away.
All right.
Lyle, actually, the customer that sent us the books was actually palleted to us, so they weren't dropped off. We can figure out logistics. You don't have to worry about that. But if you do have stuff you want to sell, let us know. I am excited to get some books.
All right. Up next, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 208. 208. Another 9.2, another newsstand edition. We have one available for, guess what, $20.
Nice.
Spidey 208.
It's a nice one. It's nice and simple like that.
Let people know your email address here so they can hit you up. Like if someone really decides, like, hey, if stuff I want to sell, let them know what your email address is so they can reach out and talk to you or whatever about it.
No, that's a good idea. Actually.
Because you don't want Rex involved in the process.
Yeah. Who? Where?
Who?
After this Spider-Man.
Ixnay on the X-ray.
Just so you know, guys, these books are priced to go.
Yeah, some of these things they're almost like our Comic-Con special.
Amy,
Hi, Nick.
real quick, tomorrow, let's follow up with Ken. We've got the commission cover art for Ronald.
Oh, did come?
No, I'm wondering, he sent it to us 2 weeks ago. He sent us the image 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen it. Have you?
No.
So,
You got me.
so we got to follow up with Ken on that. We got to follow up with Ken on Creative Keeps R2D2. And we have to follow up with Ken because he's supposed to do at least 2 of the John Spilios pieces.
Okay.
So tomorrow, follow up with Ken when we put a sticky on your desk.
That'd be fun. You know what?
I already have a big to-do list, Nick.
Nick, when the show's over,
So I'll put a sticky on your desk.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'll email Ken right now. I'll email him right now.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this. This is the only time I ever got a smile from Amy. She never smiles at me. This is like a first. Now you know how I feel.
Now you know how I feel. Nick, the show's over. We'll just drive down to Kansas.
Anytime I say something nice or anything, she comes in here and tells me how, like, it's so strange. I was like, you make me sound like an ogre.
See,
So anyway, all kidding aside, I will touch
Each
base
other
with
crazy.
Thank you.
We all drive each other crazy here.
in a good way. The funny part is my mom not remembering as a kid, her and my dad hating my comics, her throwing them down the steps once, damaging them all, me having to hide them at my aunt's house. And when I was 13 years old and my dad took me to my first convention and he was so excited I was selling all my comics, I went in with 2 long boxes, came out with 6.5 long boxes and money in my hand. And he still wasn't happy. He would never take me to a convention again. At 13 years old, I was taking cabs to conventions so that I could go to conventions. At 15, I was paying people to drive me.
Someone asked in the chat, will you be dressing as Red Sonja for the 50th anniversary at Comic-Con?
Oh, unfortunately, I don't have the body for that. What I was thinking about dressing up as, I mean, tell me.
Do you at least have your red pants?
Tell me. No.
Red
Tell me if
pants.
this is better. I'm going to dress up as the Blob. I'm going to be the X-Men villain, the Blob. I would go as the Kingpin, but Kingpin is actually muscle. You can read about it in Daredevil 171, how it's
Nice
actually
plug.
pure muscle. So, Blob.
We did that.
I just got to get one of those costumes that make it look like it's skin toned.
Dude, I could just go in boxer shorts if it means that much to you. Oh, this is really cool, though.
Let's show up a cover.
Talk amongst yourselves and buy comics. We're looking at
Wait,
this.
let's show up a
I was
cover really
gonna
fast.
go on with the Spider-Man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Up next, Amazing Spider-Man number 213. Another 9.2. Another nice newsstand edition for another $20. Santa pants, Santa hat, Christmas in July. Oh, no. Please don't mention Christmas in July because Nick's going to bring
Yikes, no.
everything out.
When Rex left, I hope he took that weird reindeer thing with him.
Oh, I moved it because I had to put the Vampirella figures in here.
You know what? Don't tell us where it is because I don't.
no,
Because we
I had to
don't.
move it.
Because I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Okay.
These are very high grade Spider-Man.
Oh, for sure.
$20.
Yeah,
9.2
these
for
are the
20,
books
yeah.
essentially that people have to go to shows to find. because a lot of times when you go to someone's store, depending on where you live, you know, there's not a lot of people that have these books anymore. I mean, it's not even that they're super, super valuable and rare, but it's just that, you know, shelf space. It's all about shelf space, right?
It's Spider-Man. People are holding on to these books.
Yeah.
You know, these find forever homes until people sell their Spider-Man collections. You know, it's Spider-Man.
And it's what, the Wizard? I'm trying to see that just in the back.
Yeah, plus it's got that giant mechanical Spider-Man or spider that I believe Nicolas Cage eventually fights in his Superman movie.
That's what I was going to say. Man, I'll tell you right now, I ever make a movie, just for old time's sake, there's giant mechanical spider in there. Little view askew thing written on the side of it.
All right, that's 213. We also have Amazing Spider-Man number 215. Graded 9.2, another newsstand, and another $20. I think, or it looks like almost all the Spider-Man are $20. Not.
Oh man, look at that! I like
almost
that.
all, but this one definitely is.
Is this like a team up, but a rare team up between Spider-Man and Namor?
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's Namor, right? I'm sorry.
And he's got Kirby dots. What?
Yep, Kirby Crackle, baby.
As much as I love Kirby Crackle, I really wish they would leave it just for the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
It's just Marvel energy, right? It's just arcane, uncanny energy, right? What there needs to be is a cereal. There needs to be a cereal called Kirby Crackle with like Jack Kirby smoking a cigar, like marshmallows in it or something. That'd be great.
I'd be all over that, man.
It's half of Stanley's face on the box, like he's taking over.
All right. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man number 216 for another $20, and it's at another 9.2, and it's another nice newsstand edition.
Is that
the Madam Web appearance?
Yeah, return. 210.
Oh, is it the return of?
Is that movie still coming out, Madam Web?
It's. I believe it's actually scheduled for like November or something.
Nobody's movie is coming out.
They were filming it. They were filming it because there have been like on-set photos leaked, but it's probably halted now because of the actor strike.
I don't know.
Do we have any idea how long we think it'll last?
I can't wait for her to be. It's Madam Web time.
I hate to say it, but I've talked to a few creators that are sort of part of this process a little bit, the writers. Nobody wants. I think that this is sort of like, and this is just my opinion, one person's opinion. I think that this is sort of like the break point. They have to dig in and stay dug in because it's all about AI and paying people a livable wage. The studios, at least the people, the check writers, the suits, they're convinced that they don't need creative people. They think if they do enough of a delaying action, eventually there'll be an app on my iPhone that will be able to publish my own comics, art, stories, whatever. Even if that's technically possible, I don't want to read that stuff. I don't want to see that stuff.
Just because we could doesn't mean we should.
These people sort of are going to have to dig in and say, look, I want reasonable working conditions. I want to be paid. And I want my residuals. All these actors are coming forward. John Cusack over the weekend was like, they told me they lost money on Better Off Dead. How many times Better Off Dead has been aired since it came out in the movie theater? But you know what I mean?
Hollywood accounting.
They sort of need to kind of have a transparency in accounting. They need to have a little bit of what they used to call a come to Jesus moment where everybody sits down and says, look, you know, you guys have kind of had things your way for a long time, but we're the ones who create this stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to, like, the whole, look, I know AI can be helpful with certain situations, but it can't replace good writers or good actors. Like, no. Like, I don't care if you can make someone look like Margot Robbie, like, it's not her. I know it's not her.
Like already said, the strike is an attempt to slow down my movie watching.
I really like what John was saying about, like, now's the time to dig in because, you know, and I'm glad Rex isn't here to be the guy that's like, nobody watches movies anymore. The movie industry, the cinema, like the theaters, they've started like getting back like to good. You know what I'm saying? Movies are making money, regardless of what Rex says. Like, movies are out. They love them. John Wick made more money than any other John Wick. Mission Impossible's breaking records. Like, this is a big deal. Just wait for Oppenheimer and Barbie. It's going to be one of the biggest movies of the, like, in years. They have momentum going their way right now. Anything that's going to slow that up is really going to hurt. Just think of Marvel. All these delays, all this hesitation, all this negative criticism at times. Momentum needs to work. So, like, they can't allow this to go on for too long. So at some point, these studios are going to have to give in a little bit because this writer strike is still going on. So we're going to hit a point next year where we're like, wait, where's Deadpool 3? Well, it's not here. And we don't have any big movie to launch the summer. You know, that's a danger. That's a danger they have.
And Netflix will let you know what happens. You start running out of content, people shut off their subscriptions. Netflix during the pandemic took a monster hit. They've kind of recovered somewhat, but they took a monster hit because a whole year went by and there was nothing.
Well, with them cracking down on password sharing,
that didn't help either.
People are literally looking for any reason to cancel Netflix. So as soon as...
Well, for me, I've said this before on the show, for me, Netflix is a 6 months a year subscription. About half the year, they have stuff that I want to watch. And the other half of the year, it's just murder mysteries and dramas from countries I can't find on a map. Subtitles are great, but I don't really enjoy the kind of disconnect between the voice dubbing or the subtitle. And that's just a me thing. So essentially, I wait until Netflix has all the stuff that we watch in our household, the British Bake Off, Cobra Kai, whatever, and then bang, I turn it on. For 4 or 5, 3 or 4 months, I watch it. It's off for 3 or 4 months. It's on for 3 or 4 months. There's just no way Netflix can justify being a 12-month-a-year subscription in my house. They can't do it. They've lost too much of the stuff that I liked. And now, once again, they're just starting to come back from the pandemic, and they just start to put a few movies together where I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll leave Netflix on for an extra month. I'm enjoying this. Well, now we're going to have a writer's strike. So all that stuff Netflix told you was coming isn't coming. My wife said, she's like, are you going to keep your Regal subscription? And I'm like, if there's no movies, then no. If there's no movies, then I'm just donating $25 a month to a billion-dollar company. So that's probably no. Unless they want to put the movies that I like in IMAX, then I'm happy to go. The original. You want to put the original Top Gun on there? Sure, I'll go see that.
Yeah, $6.29. So
before we head our first break, I just want to show off 2 more Red Sonja covers. First, we've got this one, which is Kevin Eastman. Yep, Kevin Eastman did this beautiful intimate
This
cover.
was the other person I was going to talk about. We're talking about Mike Mignola, Kevin Eastman doing Red Sonja.
And
2 of my favorite artists.
This beautiful, realistic Bjorn Barons. I love this one. It's very realistic.
He just does a great job. They just do a great job. Is it Alien he does the covers for?
Yeah, he does covers on Alien. Yeah.
I think he's going to. I'm just super impressed by that stuff.
Alien and Ghost Rider. Been doing some really good Ghost Rider covers, too.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll take a break, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.
all right.
Did you know that every experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code. Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite new show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. what you did to that chowder. Ugh, keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, comic culture and sales.
Welcome back.
We are back.
Welcome back. Any last minute thoughts on what we were talking about with the writers and the actors? Robbie?
Last time we had a writer's strike, we got Heroes Season 2. So we need to work this out, is what I'm saying.
I think that's
Okay.
That's money. That's exactly what we're talking about. When we have these strikes, it doesn't matter what it is. Anytime there's these labor and management disputes in the entertainment medium, I don't care if it's movies, I don't care if it's baseball, we wind up with a product that people don't like and people don't want to pay for. And when you fast forward to the end, they realize we handled this poorly.
Mm-hmm.
When the ads were working, I just mentioned to Amy, Hollywood systems, Amy brought up a super good comment about Hollywood has to be broken down and built back up again for like the modern era. This has happened before in Hollywood. We had a studio system until about the 1950s or 60s, where studios essentially owned actors, actresses, whatever. They owned creators, and eventually they had to sort of work that out and break that down. Ronald Reagan, the former president at the time, Screen Actors Guild president, we go on strike. You can't control our lives anymore. And I think we're kind of at this point now where, Dwayne, you're exactly right. Kind of playing off what Robbie said. Here's where we get more American Gladiators.
I would actually be okay with that, John, to be honest with you.
Here's where we get more where they start dropping people in the woods and hope you make it, celebrity MMA. It's true, though, but that's what they'll do. But even that will only work for so long. You can only put on so much of that stuff before people are like, where's my 28th season of NCIS? And,
right.
It's just not there. I think this is at a point now again where Hollywood's going to have to evolve. I hate to see it break down because I don't want it to be super negative, but they're going to have to evolve. They're going to have to realize they're going to have to deal with AI. They're going to have to deal with a changing landscape where, movie stars are important, but now we live in a world of things are super expensive everywhere at all times. Like popcorn is like $9. So you guys are going to have to figure out how you're going to pay for stuff. And I think the biggest thing, we've talked about this a bunch of time on the show, I know we'll get back to the comics, is Hollywood accounting. Their fuzzy math, how they write the books on these things. There's multiple sets of books, and somehow the guys in suits who don't write the movies, shoot the movies, or they're in front of the camera in any way, they're not even doing like the music or, like clapping the slate. Somehow they're making all the money. They're going to have to sort of change that. They can still make their money. I mean, I'm not going to say that. Check writers are always going to get their money. But it can't be such a sort of, imbalance where, people, the streaming companies don't want to pay for residuals or whatever. That's all going to have to change.
Yeah, no, they definitely have to take a hit.
Yeah, they're going to have to just look. Or they run the risk of,
either they take the hit or the industry will end. It'll be a couple of fun months. We'll see what happens. But let's
TJ's exactly right.
But yeah, we still got a bunch of books to get through. So
we still got some Amazing Spider-Man we're at. So
yeah, let's get through the initial list we had together. And I know you're really excited to show off some Avengers. So
I can't believe these prices I have. So that's why.
All right, so let's keep going. Amazing Spider-Man number 217, 9.2 newsstand edition, $20. We got Sandman and who Hydro Man. Okay, couldn't read it for a hot second, but yes.
These are all
Hydro-Man.
high grade, early 200 Spider-Mans.
And don't worry, Amy, it's easy to forget Hydro Man.
No, Hydro Man just appeared in a book I read. He was in Joe Fix-It. I was shocked to see Hydro Man appear in Joe Fix-It. It's sort of like, if you know who Joe Fix-It is, it's not Hulk Smash. It's Las Vegas based. All of a sudden, there's Count Nefaria, who we mentioned on the show a couple of weeks ago. Once again, Count Nefaria shows up wearing like a 1960s supervillain costume, yet somehow he's got like a Tommy gun. I don't know if Count Nefaria at this point is like a running joke where we'll just give him whatever. But they're Las Vegas enforcers now, and one of the Las Vegas enforcers is Hydro Man. And I'm just looking at this like, oh my god, that's Hydro Man in this book with Spider-Man and Joe Fix-It. Like, how did this happen?
All right, up next, Amazing Spider-Man number 218, a 9.2 newsstand edition. Again, we keep going with the 20s. $20.
Well, this is a great opportunity for people to fill in these gaps. You know what I mean? People have gaps where they maybe stopped collecting, started collecting. Maybe they sold some of this stuff when the prices are higher. And now they're trying to backfill. And, a lot of times when you're backfilling in a book that's $60, you're like, I can't justify paying $60 for a book I had that sold it.
I just love that Spider-Man's Spidey sense is going off. And it's like, obviously, bro, he can see the danger. Right? Like there's a giant monster in front of him.
That giant monster?
The monster's filling the skyline.
Where's the danger coming from?
Chill, Spider Sense. This one my eyes have.
All right, the last Spider-Man we have for $20 is Amazing Spider-Man number 219, 9.2 newsstand. Yes, the last one we got. The last Spider-Man we have for $20.
That's a dope cover.
That's what I was going to say. I'm looking at this. This is like... I don't see John Romita Jr. I'm trying to think of who this is.
I don't know. There's a piece of it that looks Miller-esque, a piece that looks Romita-esque. It's crazy. It looks awesome.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like, almost like it's hard to sort of like the positioning initially.
Right, it is a Frank Miller
they're Frank Miller covers.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Randy.
That's why they're so striking.
Yeah. And how much is this for a Frank Miller cover?
20.
Yikes.
Pat Peter opposed Hulk banner. Huh.
Well, if you read all the Spider-Verse stuff, you know there's at least one Spider Hulk.
Interesting.
Spectacular 423.
All right. Up next, Amazing Spider-Man number 234. This is another 9.2. Now this one is $14. Just give him a second to change the picture. There it is.
The old Will o' the Wisp, the ever popular villain. With what they did with Spot in the new Spider-Verse movie, I wouldn't be surprised if they could do something awesome with the Will o' the Wisp in Spider-Verse. That'd be awesome. They made Spot very compelling, by the way. The most compelling he's ever been, I think.
Yeah, that's a huge upgrade. People like to talk on social media about movie downgrades, character downgrades. That's a huge upgrade because that character was not, You're watching this thing. You're watching the Spider-Verse, and you're like, "Wow!" At first, you're thinking maybe it's a little corny. About 20, 25 minutes in, you're like, "Wow, this is getting really good."
All right. Up next, Amazing Spider-Man 244. Hobgoblins in this issue, and this one, this 9.2 is $26. $26.
Nice. The Jeff Hardy drop in for Will of the Wisp. That's good stuff. I'm looking forward to Jeff Hardy coming back to television again. I'm looking forward to that.
Let's hope he's helpful.
Well, he's there and he's not, and he's there and he's not. So I'm always wondering if it's like a health issue or, he was on like the G1 Climax or something too. I can't remember.
Look at TJ's right. He's like, Spider Sense isn't even going off this time. Like, what's going on?
I am surrounded by pumpkin bombs.
This is post Spider Sense.
I am in danger.
That's why those bombs are not hitting him. Except that maybe the one hitting his back.
All right. We're going to jump from Marvel to DC with Action Comics number 484. It's a 9.2, and this is the issue. It's Earth 2, Lois and Superman get married. Aw. And we have it for $22.
I love comic books that show other comic books on the cover.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like a little Inception right there. The Daily Star. I was a huge fan of all the Earth 2 stuff. That was sort of, everybody loves Crisis, but at the time I was like, wait, what? You got rid of all the stuff that I like? Thankfully, they brought it back eventually, but Preston wants to claim it. That's a nice picture.
Jamil's about,
Gotcha,
about a
Preston.
5-0. Jamil, the X-Men 13 is about a 5-0.
We can show off X-Men 13 number real quick. X-Men number 13. Yeah, it's about a 5.0. It's featuring the second appearance of the Juggernaut, and we have it for $150 today.
Oh, that's a lot better shape than mine. That's a much better shape than mine.
Yeah,
It's the Juggernaut.
5.0. All right, the other Action Comics we have. We also have Action Comics number 485 with a Neil Adams cover. It's a 9.2, and this one's a 20.
This is a
Point.
classic
There it is.
Neil Adams Breaking the Chains cover. I mean, there's a ton of classic Superman covers, but once you hit the 80s, you don't get a lot of actual classic, timeless covers that can be used at any time. Superman 233 is one that invokes the chains. So is this one, Action Comics 485.
This is, I mean, these are versions that were on shirts, they were on lunchboxes, they were on glasses, they were on mugs. The look on, I was at a con a few years ago. I brought it in when we first started doing the show. I was in San Diego and just caught Neil Adams when nobody was in front of him. And I thought to myself, oh, he's not tabling yet. He's just sitting there. So I kind of walked up very slowly, and his assistant was like, sure, come on up. And I asked him to do a sketch for me. And essentially, this is what he did. And he was super nice about it, signed it for me. It's in a frame on my wall at home. But
Nice.
the look on his face was priceless. When I asked him what to do, he was like, of course, that's what you want me to do. You know what I mean? It's almost like he was waiting to see if I had anything original. And I'm like, no, man, Superman Breaking Chains. And he's like,
All right.
okay, yeah, that was exactly what I was very sure.
You missed your opportunity, John, to wow him and be like, I want Mr. T versus Green Hornet. That's what I want.
I know, I totally messed it up. What I really should have done after I walked away, I had this stupid look because I got to meet him, whatever, shake his hand, whatever. Walked away. Immediately, I start thinking of all the cool stuff from Continuity Comics that I wanted him to do. I'm like, oh my God, I could have done this Mystic or She-Bat or whatever. Meanwhile, my friends are like, don't bother the nice comics, let's move along. And of course, by that time, there's like 40 people on the line to see him. So I was like, thank you, bye. And my friends are like dragging me away.
Okay. All right. One more Action Comics. Action Comics number 500. Now, this one's a 9.0.
Wow.
But, I mean, it's issue number 500. And guess what? It's $19 tonight.
Don't you love recursive covers?
So meta.
It's a comic cover with a comic cover with a comic cover.
Whoa.
Nick.
Really? Mill skills. Let's ask Nick if that's what he's willing to do. We'll ask him. All right. While Alex is getting Nick, here he is.
Where's it at? Let me see it.
Oh, thanks for putting Alex's
Yeah,
Alex email up there.
Jim's been buying from us. Yeah.
Cool, Jamil. That's fine with us. 120 for you.
120. All right.
That's a nice
Congratulations.
pickup, man. Like I said, it's way nicer in shape than mine.
Guys, that is my email address up there. Don't abuse it. But if you guys have collections you want to sell, comics, send me a message. I'll take a look.
I got some stuff I'm forwarding to you right now at Alex.
Every single Dynamite book. What?
We'll keep it right here for right now. I'll put all the sold stuff together later.
Congrats, Jamil.
Yeah, that's like a great pickup, man. Mine still has the terrible. There used to be like a place that would distribute comics in the Philadelphia area. My dad used to take me to the train station to get comics when I was a little kid, and they all had this weird little, I guess it was ink, and they would stamp every book that came from this place, right? And they did this for years. So I have these great old comics, and there's just this weird sort of, and the comic they did it the most to was my favorite at the time, Gold Kid. I've got like Gold Key comics with that stamp on Magnus Robot Fighter's face, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing to me?
Hey, at least you know what the store is. I'm going to show off two more covers really fast.
Nice.
We've got the Jenny Frizen I love Jenny Frizen's art. This is the Jenny Frizen. And we've got the action figure variant.
I love the action figure variants. I was talking to Nick right before the show started about. I love these. I know it's kind of goofy, and people think it's played out, but I love them.
They're fun.
I
They're fun.
love them. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a toy collector. They started with Star Wars, so as a Star Wars collector to get the original run, every figure in the original. But now it's moved on, and there's some. I've been looking at all the Gargoyles ones that we've done. And
the Gargoyles ones are good.
Really
we did
fun.
ones for Battlestar Galactica a couple years ago that were so cool. I have all of those in a separate folder, separate set. I was
if you guys want a little something for your market research, at my shop in particular, the Jenny Frizen variant was the most requested from my customers. Just so you know, everybody loves Jenny Frizen at my shop, at least. Love her.
That's awesome.
We'll have to make sure
that's good to hear.
We'll make sure her virgin edition's available on Wednesday.
We'll pass on the news.
Yeah, right? Oh, I hope one doesn't disappear accidentally.
Yeah, I was wondering where the virgin cover went.
All right, up next, Adventure Comics number 431. Look at that.
Oh,
Spectre
yes.
Let's talk about this a second, okay?
It's a 7.5. It's 7.5, and we have it available for $30.
If you're a Spectre fan,
Oh man.
you know how good this book is, 431,
Oof.
and how great of a cover this is, and how classic of a story this is. And I'm gonna tell you this: when I saw the price, I was like, "Am I sure this is priced right? I'm not gonna increase the price. I'm gonna leave it at $30. But this Adventure 431 is only $30. So
Man.
Spectre's one of the coolest. I love the Spectre. I remember, John, you probably remember this, the John Ostrander, Tom Mandrake series from the 90s was one of my favorites. I love the Spectre. I love him. Love him. Oh my goodness.
I have seen Tom on multiple shows, and I've asked him multiple times, and he gets the same question all the time. Do you sell your glow-in-the-dark covers? Those glow-in-the-dark covers. He's like, nope, I got them. And
I still have a bunch of glow-in-the-dark. I have 5 or 6 copies of the one glow-in-the-dark cover.
My old boss told me, and the original art, my old boss told me to tell him, whenever he's ready to sell that piece,
Call us.
you let me know, and I'll be ready. But Tom is really nice guy, and he's actually doing a new. I forget what series he's doing, but he's doing a bigger series right now.
Oh, is it?
Something I was very surprised when I read that he was doing it.
There's a scene with the Spectre, and I don't remember the exact issue, but Spectre has these weird kind of cosmic level powers or whatever, and there's an argument about justice that he just doesn't buy into, and he's getting angrier and angrier, and some of the characters are like, this isn't going to work out for us, and finally the Spectre just says, justice, and you turn the page, and it's a full-page spread where he's got all the Justice Society in a snow globe. He just shrank them down into a snow globe, and he screams at them, where's the justice in that? And I thought, man, I would kill to have this original piece of art. It is just, he's so upset, and he's got the classic face and the clear eyes, and the entire Justice Society is it's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. How did we wind up in a mini globe? This is awful.
That is.
I love that. Spectre is one of these characters where you just kind of. One of the things I frequently pester poor Nick for is the Green Llama. I would love to kind of see. Somebody just brought it up. I would love to see a Spectre showcase with the Green Llama. Sort of exploring the mystic side of the Project Superpowers universe.
Spectre showcase, one of the best animated bits.
And
if you can't see the price, this Adventure Comics, it's $30 tonight. In case something's going on.
Yeah, I would not. People don't leave this one up here, man. This is very cool.
After Adventure Comics, we have a Batman number 387. We're back up to the 9.2, featuring Black Mask, and we have it for $22 tonight.
Nice.
These books have all been under my super eye to make sure these prices are accurate. So if you check eBay, you'll see that these are good prices. I'm not trying to lie. Just trying to get some good books into your hands. You, the customer. You, the community.
I have a book in your stand. Just want to say hello to you all. Hi, Lance.
Hi, Lance.
Lance, which book do you have? Just wondering.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot of good books on the wall. It would be impossible. I will say this. It would be impossible for you to have one of these. Because these are unique, one-of-one, original, custom, commission cover art by Joe Delbiato and Mariano Nicieza. And they're for sale. And speaking of that should just be a good segue. Just show those off. Might as well for a second.
Yeah, we can always take a little break from the vintage.
Sure.
Bottom shelf in the middle. Oh, you got that one? So this is a homage cover. Fantastic Four.
Let me pull up my notes for the commission cover art. We have New Avengers #1 signed with Silver Surfer on Galactus cover sketch. Yes, from Lance and Mariano. Look at that.
I love that.
Oh, nice.
MSRP is $149.99, and tonight we're making it.
Lance did that. That's Lance's book. I'm like, Lance trying to
Oh,
buy
that's
it.
funny.
I got you, Lance. Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's like a blockbuster price for like $48 tonight. So
For FF48, when the Silver Surfer first appeared.
Guys, Lance did this cover.
great job, Lance.
Thanks for watching, Lance. I love this.
I like that. Yes, I did that.
He has a book.
I
He
know
has a book.
No,
I'm
he
like,
didn't have
what's
the book.
he
He
talking
did
about?
the book.
He did the book.
That's great. Yeah, it's amazing work, man. I mean, after a while, we run out of superlatives for people, but
It's fantastic.
But
Did you see this, John? Maybe I should show it to you.
all right, the other commission cover art that we have Captain America number 695 with a Kirby homage cap cover sketch from Joe Delbiato, Mariano Nicieza.
Whoa.
They
This
use
is great.
The pair of them. Well, Mariano does all the coloring. He loves to use more the neon.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
but not so much as making it like
blacklight.
Yeah. So it's not. They're not blacklight. It's neon, but not blacklight. It's different color lighting the way it shows in this. I mean, purple and yellow are opposites. I think they do. It looks really nice. It's like a sunset almost. And it's way more coloring ability than I'll ever had in my entire life. So
This might be my favorite one that they've done. This might be my favorite one they've done together. Yeah.
This is really, really, really good. Ron, you saw that?
Got it, Ron.
Ron, congrats. Should I pull it up?
I wish that was a blacklight responsive cover.
I keep pestering Mariano for Capwolf, and I'm hoping at some point we get Capwolf. Capwolf.
Yeah.
I love Capwolf, man.
This Captain America MSRP $129.99, and tonight we have it for $64.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys are right. Like probably they're one of their best ones yet. Easily.
Yeah.
And then the last one we have Avengers AI #1 signed with Nick Fury and a scroll from Joe Delbiato, Mariano Nicieza. MSRP $129.99, and tonight we have it available for $50.
That is extra relevant.
I know.
Obviously, I'm not talking about Nick Fury. But I'm not talking about the scroll. I'm talking about the Avengers AI for the opening credits being
That
done
book
fully
was
AI.
ahead of its time.
They knew. He knew.
There's this crazy tangent where the Skrull's ear mixes with Nick Fury's fist where it looks like he's giving a thumbs up and he's got a green thumb.
Your thumbs up there?
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, I got
see
this. Well, I love that too. You've got like the Steranko pose, but it's the more modern version of Nick Fury. There's like a lot of good stuff here.
I'm thinking that the book came in with just Nick Fury's thumb up as a thumbs up, and they were like, "We gotta put a scroll head in here."
Put the scroll head in here.
Oh, that's great.
Who's watching Secret Invasion?
The scrolls have a good dental plan. Yeah.
Robbie, are you watching it?
No, not at all. And you know what? I don't care. Like, I don't know what it is, man, but I'm over it. Is it good, Amy?
I'm enjoying it.
It's
I'm enjoying it. We have serious scroll business going on, and who knows? I definitely think that by the end of it, could have huge ramifications for the MCU. Like
it definitely feels more thriller and political based.
Oh yeah.
More like Winter Soldier, less like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, they're trying to explore like a different area of the MCU because I think we've seen the superpower version.
Everyone in it is great though. There's a lot of great dialogue scenes, like a lot of like one-on-one, a lot of great scenes with Nick Fury.
Oh,
and Rhodey, and then there's one character I won't spoil. He has great scenes with.
Ben Mendelsohn is amazing. Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn have this one conversation in this train that is just.
I love the story of the train.
It's just a great
one
scene,
of the probably the best scene in the
it's
entire scene so far.
Great performances, and yeah.
I'll probably wait till it's over and binge it all together. Is what I'll probably do.
Well, when I watch these shows, what happens is I run into the logjam at the end because the way I watch Marvel shows is I watch one, then when week 2 comes out, I watch 1 and 2, and 1, 2, and 3. So now it's getting to the point where
That was my Game of Thrones life for
I'm
8
almost.
years.
I know. I'm like, it starts near the end. Ron wants Captain America. Ron, that's a great pickup, man. That
Yeah.
Captain America CC is
Really.
amazing.
Congrats, Ron. I'm going to take a quick break and show off 2 more covers, including my favorite cover.
And that's right. Samuel L. Jackson and Don Cheadle are just. There's a lot
Both
of good
have been killing
performances
it.
in that show, but
They've been killing it.
they really have been killing
It's a good psychological thriller. I'm excited to see the conclusion. I got 2 more episodes, so I wonder how they're going to end it. This
it. This cover's
is
insane.
my personal favorite cover of all the Red Sonja covers. This is the Mr. Garson collage cover. I mean, if you know Mr. Garson's work, you know he's been doing a lot of cool Marvel stuff, and we got him for Red Sonja. I mean, this cover alone is just so much fun. If there was one cover, this is what I recommend to everyone. And next one is Joseph Michael Linzer. Beautiful cover, great artist. The Joseph Michael Linzer cover. BBB, these are all
Mine.
in
They're up for
store
sale.
this week, this Wednesday. So check with your local comic shop and support them. I do not believe we have. I do not
They're
believe
not
these are for
available
sale.
today.
Not today, not this week. But cue your local comic store first. But just want to show you all the cool covers.
We still have a lot to go through, and we're
We just wanted to
almost.
show you
we're almost
something.
I just
at
want
10
everybody to
guys.
know, if you're interested in any of those Red Sonja covers we've been showing off, you can email me at awardwinner@dynamite.com. All right. And so I'm just kidding. Don't do that. This is not a real email.
I know, right? We got like 8,000 emails to this address. What is this?
All right.
They're all about
since-
hair product.
There you go. All right. Will we have a Red Sonja set? I can, like, of the new Red Sonja, Preston, because I'm like, we can try to see what we can put together.
I don't know if we have the stock or quantity for that yet for this new set. Because usually for sets like to mix up the issue numbers anyway. That way you're not all getting this. You got a set, you're not all getting the same thing. With these number ones, there is a ton of covers. It goes all the way to like what?
Yes, of the new one. Preston, we'll see what we can
DD.
do. I know I was going to plan to have some of the Virgin covers on there for sale. Because once it's officially out on Wednesday, we were going to have like some of the Virgin covers for sale. We'll see what we can do about a set. I'll write it down. And it's 7, so we're halfway done. So we'll take our next break.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise. A promise of adventure. A promise of excitement. A promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com today. You're watching Experience Comic Culture in Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
We're back. That was a really quick break.
Oh, it was a quick break, actually.
I like everyone saying what time it is, where they are.
It's 7:03 here.
Yeah, that's why I said,
where
yeah.
you are.
It's 4 in the afternoon in
We're-
Arkansas, or wherever he is.
Unless
Well,
you're
I-
watching from the future, in which case the time doesn't matter because it's insert your time here time.
Yeah.
You weren't all done getting water.
Water, right?
I got my water.
I got my water.
It's empty though.
But I was gonna say, Alex, you're very excited because you have all these Avengers with you. So are you ready?
I found a little stack of these books before we got this second round of vintage books. I found the last stack from the first round, and I was able to adjust the prices. So,
Get ready,
these
guys.
prices haven't been seen before. And these are all, okay, this is all Avengers, but it's all really good price Avengers. So I'm going to cover these up for a second as we make this wall Avengers. There's no graphics for these, there's no scans of these because there's too many to scan. Not enough time. I don't want to be able to go through all these and give all these books great deals to you. So I'm going to show them up, and we're going to have a bunch of prices at once so you can see what everything is. But I'm going to go through each book one by one so you can see what everything is. Starting with Avengers 79. 79 and 5.5 is $38. 38
Nice.
Great villain team up, hourglass cover, 5.5. It's $38. It was $50. Now it's $38. We've got Avengers number 80. This is the first Red Wolf. It was $140. I made $100. Don't tell Nick. Maybe tell Nick. But that's the first Red Wolf, $100.
Oh, he's used to us giving his stuff away by now.
Oh,
It'll
yeah.
be fun.
Avengers 85. This is the first Squadron Sinister, which becomes Squadron Supreme. This is the first Squadron Supreme. It's up there for $200. I said no. Let's take 25% off that entire total. Let's make it $150. So you got $150 for the first Squadron Supreme.
See, this is what I need the next Disney Plus Marvel series today. Squadron Supreme. That would make me super happy.
It's coming, and with the amount of TV shows they're doing, it's coming, I'm sure. This one's very interesting. It's listed as a double cover. However, upon further inspection, I cannot guarantee it is actually a double cover. I believe the other cover may have just been from another copy. There's one staple hole on the bottom and no glue residue on the inside. This is a square-bound copy, so there would be glue on the inside of, and I didn't see any. But it does have a cover attached and another cover that is not attached. So it's got a full wrap of a cover on the outside. It was $50. It's only $35. Avengers 93. Great cover.
That's nice.
Going to the hundreds with 102. This was $35. I said no. I want this to be $20.
He
Nick
said
said no, so I said $22. 102. The Grim Reaper. Great cover. Thor, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Grim Reaper for $22. 102. This was mostly a run in this collection. So after 102 is a great Sentinel cover. Avengers were this. This is one of the only early Avengers Sentinel covers. This was $30. I said no. We're gonna make it $22 tonight. This is Avengers 103. for $22. Moving on to 106, Iron Man is in pain for something. A traitor strikes among us.
It looks like he's melting.
It looks like he's melting. It was $40. I said no. Let's take $15 off. $25 for 106. Issue 106 of Avengers. These are all Mylard, so these are all in nice condition, nice form, nice bag and boarded. With 107, Grim Reaper is back. This one was $40. I said no. Let's make it $25. Take $15 off. Avengers 107 for $25. Number 115, They Lurk Below, The Destroyers. This one was $30. I said no. I want this to be $22. So this is number 115, 20-cent copy. This is number...
Everything's happening on that cover.
There's a lot of stuff. I believe... Actually, I do not believe this is the X-Men Brood. However, it does look like them. I cannot guarantee because I actually have not read this issue. If anybody has, let me know because I'm interested. If that is somehow an X-Men crossover with the Brood. I do know this is Taurus. Taurus in Avengers 121. I don't know why I took the price tag off. I was just moving it.
Is it free? I'm kidding.
It was $60. I said no. Let's take 33% off. And let's make it $40. I'm just trying to get these books in good condition into our customers' hands. You community, you're watching us, and we appreciate it.
Alex, if you need a break, let me know because you brought a lot of them. Like you want to go through a couple more, and then we'll switch it up.
I've got 3 more because I'm gonna end on a good one
for
this little stack. But we've got the origin of Mantis. Yes, the origin of Mantis. Yes, the green-skinned alien you know from the Guardians is this character in name only. So if you want to know what the real Mantis is, check out this, the origin of Mantis. It was $80. I said 25% off. Let's make it $60. Nice. Suddenly, the Stalker. Avengers 124. And this one was $40. Now it's $30. 124. 80 copy. The last Avengers one I have for right now. This one is definitely underpriced. This is a great Thanos cover. 125. This is only $25. Only $25. This is definitely a major Avengers cover. Great issue. Thanos appearance. Going for usually $30 to $40 out there. And this is only $25.
Whew, quite a run. Real quick, Ron, unfortunately, AR is unable to do the shows now. I think it was just conflict with the scheduling. They talked about it more at Rex.
I think he took a full-time job that just eats up all of his time, and you got to remember.
Yeah.
He's in a relationship. He's got a newborn baby.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff came up. It was just hard. It was just hard to do the show, but it's okay.
Yeah, I remember he was telling me he was getting his schedule was literally from sun up to sundown. He was just he was constantly on the go, and it's hard for me to make the show when I do nothing. So I gotta get in the car. I stop at Wawa. It's a lot.
I gotta walk from that room to this room. It's a lot. It's tough for me.
It's
Robbie, do you see any books up here that was there anything under the Avengers that you saw that we could talk about next? Or
I got something that'll excite people real quick, but then I gotta go.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
If only you could see his eyes.
What?
If only you could see his eyes. Go ahead. Go. Don't move your face.
Okay, so I just know comics. So
Watch your stop Alex's heart. It is $8.
It just shows me this. So I don't even know what it is. So I'm looking at it. This is the cover. This is the ash can.
For sale or
This
what?
comic this ash can was created and printed for one reason only, and that is to trademark the title Boy Commandos #1. That is the only reason this was made. And something like this, it's literally just a cover so that it could be published and officiated as a comic book.
That's how they filed trademarks back in the day. You actually had to you couldn't do intent to use back then. You actually had to print it.
That's why there is no Wiz Comics 1, because that was used. What was it called?
It was Flash.
Flash Comics.
It was actually called Flash Comics at first.
And then so once they got the rights, whatever, it ended up being Wiz. But this, Nick just brings it in. It's like, check this out. This is the cover only, but this is an ash can. And it says, use the trademark title. This stuff is just such a unique piece of comic book history.
They made less than 10 of any of them.
Thank you for showing me this.
So what? $14? No, I just want to see Alex hit the floor.
$14 a second for about 2 days.
That's what I was going to say. Yes.
Alex, can you take the Avengers down for just a second?
Yes.
Because I asked Robbie if he saw anything that he wanted to talk about.
Yeah, take them Avengers down so I can look. Jay, can you
Yeah,
enlarge
let's talk about that now.
What we got here?
These Avengers books shall be avenged.
They're still here. They're not going anywhere. If anyone needs another look, let us know.
I would like to take a look at that Marvel superheroes up there.
Sure. Marvel superheroes. Where the heck are my notes?
Number one.
Number one, yeah.
Daredevil number one.
From 1966. It's a 4.0. It's a one-shot, and it's available for $20. Whoever wants it.
So when they would do these reprints, correct me if I'm wrong, but like Roy Thomas or somebody else would go in and they would at times like spruce up and modernize the dialogue and change like references to actors or stuff like that. Does anybody know if that's true? Because that's what I've been hearing.
So for this was 66, and Daredevil would have been 64, I believe.
Okay.
So I don't think.
So that's more in like Marvel's Greatest Comics when they reprinted Fantastic Four and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, when DC does their reprints, DC usually does a lot of recoloring and stuff.
Well, it's like the reprint editor's job, right? To kind of, fix that stuff up.
Yes, but sometimes you'll be reading a Neil Adams story, and like literally the panel will be red in the background and yellow in one.
Oh,
like,
gotcha. Yeah.
Like not like just slight adjustments, like full on color changes to that stuff.
Yeah. Now the Fantastic Four reprints, I know in Marvel's Greatest Comics, I've heard that like Roy would go in, if there was a reference to say like Humphrey Bogart, he would change it to Robert Redford or something like that because it was the 70s or something like that. They would spruce up the dialogue occasionally.
I actually just decided to add the Marvel's Greatest Comics FF run to my reprint run. So
Nice.
I just found a few because it's not like a true title, because I don't do like Marvel Tales. That's a reprint title specifically as opposed to like a single issue facsimile for True Believers. But I have them, so I'll look into that because I have a few of them at home, and I'll check into that for you. Because
That'd be a cool comparison.
Because I wonder if that means that writer now gets credit on that issue because they've adjusted and they've added dialogue.
Interesting.
Interesting. What else do we have here? We should have another X-Men available. X-Men number 55. There it is. X-Men number 55 from 1969. We have it at a 6.5 grade-wise and 6.5. Why not make it $65?
Now, see, John, this is how you abuse Kirby Crackle. When you just don't want to do a background and you're just doing way too much of it.
We were having this conversation in my Twitter circle one day because people were like, I'm always, hey, old man, get off my lawn when I say stuff like Kirby Crackle you should be used more sparingly. Or, again, I kind of would like to see it for Fantastic Four, Galactus, Silver Surfer. I really hate it when it suddenly pops up in a Punisher book. I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah, this is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. You just decided, you know what? I'm running late. Editor's burning up my phone. Here we go. And all right, fine. So the X-Men, it'll be fine anyway.
X-Men 55. We have a couple back issues that we can show off. We have the Invaders number 2. Invaders number 2. We have one of these available for just $5. Give him a second. Let me know if the picture's missing. Okay.
I see that.
You have me worried there for a second, Jay. The
90s Invaders, too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Invaders are one of the things that I have like every version of. And to watch them change from where they start to where they finish up, and you kind of get all these, like there's like a John Cassaday cover, and literally right in front of me off camera is an Alex Ross Invaders thing, it's kind of cool to see like where it started and where it wound up. I love the Invaders.
This is the most extreme the Invaders have ever looked.
Yes. Everybody is on super soldier serum, not just Cap in these books.
This is that Rob Liefeld influenced era, right? For sure.
You know what? It's sold. I mean, we kind of tease Rob Liefeld a lot. I hear Rob Liefeld's name is both the worst and the best in all those conversations. The truth is the guy's style influenced a lot of stuff. And it wasn't for like a minute. That guy's style influence went for years.
Hopefully,
years.
really Hopefully, really the last interruption. Ronald got back to us. He says he promises to ship out. I'm sorry, Ken got back to us. He promises to ship out the books this week.
That's great news.
Tell
him thank you.
I will.
Oh, Eugene. Oh, Liefeld talk. I came
everyone who's just coming in, hello. Thank you for being here. I know it's a bit of a different vibe tonight because Rex ain't here, but
it's a much better vibe. Let's be honest. Rex don't come back from vacation.
I was gonna say, like, I knew we wanted to get through as much as we could, but when it's towards the end of the show, I'll do an ultimate recap. Or wait, what's my thing called? Amy Aftermath. That's my thing. Amy Aftermath. We'll go over towards the end of the show, and then whatever we can't make it to today, we'll just go to Monday. I mean Wednesday. Oh my God. Ugh. Lousy Monday on the brain.
I just want to let it be known that I am a Rob Liefeld fan. And Rob, if you're watching, you want to join me on the show, you just let me know. I'll let you know. You can find me at awardwinner@dynamite.com.
I'm imagining the IT guys like, where are all these things coming from? Why is Rob Liefeld messaging this account?
Rob emailed me. No, okay.
Yes, I noticed that too, Triple B. Many of the problems are attributed directly to Rex. And
I guess we'll just have to see when he comes back.
He'll come back next week like, why does everyone hate me when he's listening to the show?
If the Wi-Fi does break down again when he's here, then I think we have our proof.
I mean, I hate to say it, but we got like a couple different issues here. I mean, we hate to say this, but Xfinity isn't everyone's favorite. You know what I mean? In terms of like service or whatever. And
okay, Robbie, do you see another book we can talk about?
Well, first of all, if Rob Liefeld is watching, it's popculturephilosophers@gmail.com. All right. All right. I just wanted to like, you know what? I was a big fan of the Nyx book. So let's throw out that Nyx. Is that an Atlas variant or something?
Yes, that's an Atlas variant.
Nyx #1, the Atlas edition signed by Christos Gage. MSRP is $49.99, and tonight we have it at
AJ
very special price, $19.92.
See, that's a hot cover because she's on fire. See,
I will probably see more Nyx. I've kind of said this a lot. People will message me. You'll probably see more Nyx. You'll probably see more Draculina. I don't think these things
thank you,
gone
Preston.
forever.
Nice, Preston.
Yeah, that's nice. I love the Atlas comic stuff.
I mean, there's a comic called Nyx. At some point, there'll be a comic called Baruchis.
Oh my God.
Another cracked me up so much.
Look at Robbie. The show's so much more fun without Rex. Ha 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 ha. He laughs.
The Baruchis.
I told you. That guy is killing us. He's got to go, Amy. Tell him.
I'm not going to get into that right now.
I know the show is harassing me for free food. I'm not obligated to feed everybody like I am with Rex.
I mean, I'm here and I'm hungry. So,
I'm hungry.
That's on you.
Another Atlas edition that we have is available is Vampirella Mind Warp #1, the Atlas edition, and it's signed by Jeff Parker, usually $49.99, and tonight we have it at $19.69 because that's when Vampirella came out. Mind Warp. Great Linsner cover, won't you say?
Yeah, I like that.
Some nice collars on that cover. That's for you, Marcus. That's for you.
Not everybody knows Parker can draw. And I was trying to pester him about, if I send you a Vampirella Mind Warp blank, will you do the cover? And he was like, no. There's a reason why I write and not draw.
He's like, no, stop messaging me, please.
Literally, that's exactly what it was, dude. He was like,
Get off my lawn.
Jeff Harper
I'm
and I
about to
talked each
block
other
you, John
for
Cole.
like 10 years. We've talked to each other on social media, and I never got such a distinct answer of, hey, if I can get you, no, period. And then the next word balloon was like, there's a reason why I write and don't draw. Drawing is hard.
It is hard.
When I get stuff signed at shows, especially for CGC, I like getting the artist to remark it. Sorry, I like getting the writer to remark it a little bit because they don't really remark stuff a lot. So getting a little sketch by them.
A lot of writers can draw, just not at the, you know what I mean? Not at the level of where I was at a show in Philadelphia and John Romita Jr. was, oh God, I can't remember who he's sitting next to, but basically the guy was doing a little sketch. He was a writer, and I can't remember who it was now. Robert, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I was like, oh, and he was like, I can draw, but not like him. And he just pointed to John Romita Jr. that was next to him. I'm like, okay, I get it. Meanwhile, of course, Taylor Jr. is doing some insane like Daredevil thing, right? I'm like, okay, I get it now.
Let's do my
warp again. Nice.
Mark, is that a Waldo shirt? Because I found it. You did. Right there. See it.
I did see the Waldo shirt. That's very cool.
Found it.
Did we want to bring up any incentives that anyone was interested in? Because we have a few incentives available
Sure,
tonight.
absolutely. People love incentives.
There are some really good incentives that.
How about Amazing Spider-Man number 29? 125, Marco. How do you say? Do you know how you say it? Cicchetto? Marco Cicchetto. His variant is really, really nice. There you go. Usually, it's probably at other places for around 25, but tonight we have it at $10, and we have like 5 available. So
it's the 1-in-25 ratio. These are going for like $15 or so, and I said no. Let's give it to our customers, our community, for $10 a piece. So I like this a lot because look at the webs. Look at the web. At Garden State Comic Fest 2 weeks ago, I was looking at Scott Hanna, and Scott was showing me a piece he just did, and it's literally just like this, where the Sinister Six and all the webs, and each web is a little spot. And I was like, that's such a good idea. This cover, I really like that with this cover. All the villains and characters. So $10 for the latest Spider-Man 1-in-25 variant.
And then the other Spider-Man variant we have for Amazing Spider-Man number 29 is the 1/100, the Disney 100 variant. It's black and white. Mini is Captain Marvel. And again, I need help with this name. Giada.
Something.
I'm so bad at saying names. I'm so sorry. I don't want to.
It's Giada Personato, but it's not. You're not going to find this by looking up Personato. It's the Disney 100 black and white variant. But we do appreciate Giada Personato's art on this book. Of course, this book is Amazing Spider-Man number 29. Yes. This book is not Captain Marvel in any aspect because, why put the variant cover on the appropriate title?
MSRP 100. It's available for $90 tonight.
Can I get this one as my replacement?
Austin, real quick, which variant? Was it the first Spider-Man variant? Just let me know, okay?
I think he wants this one. Just so everyone knows.
Or this one. Just let me know.
They just announced 3 new Disney 100 variants, including a really fun X-Men number 1.
First.
90.
You got it, Austin. Thank you.
Austin, we'll get you that Spidey 25 1-in-25. Spidey 29 1-in-25. Shut up. So there's at least 3. There's at least 3 more Disney 100 covers coming. The question will be is if the X-Men one's a fold-out one. I don't think it is. I think it's just the Cyclops one with Wolverine, but we'll see.
Did you see the upcoming Alex Ross homage to that X-Men number 1 cover where he's doing 4 different covers that connect? That is so freaking cool.
So wait, Robbie, not only is he doing that, but for some reason, Marvel decides, hey, let's do a 4-piece Alex Ross X-Men number 1 homage set.
Yep.
At the same time, we're going to solicit a 4-piece connecting Alex Ross Avengers homage set. And we're going to solicit like 1 or 2 books a week for 4 weeks. Make sure you don't miss one. And they're not easily findable by the title. Good luck.
No, because they're all spread throughout different books, right? And
They're
it's
ready
just,
for 3 of 4s and 2 of 4s, and
yeah.
but that
It's
being
almost
said,
like
I'll tell you
Alex
right now,
Ross.
they want to do a mini Marvel book. I'll buy that
That was
right
awesome.
now.
It's almost
buy
like
that for
Alex Ross sells
$10
them
a
more.
month.
Alex Ross sells them more books. I think this kid's got a bright future in this industry.
I was just thinking, it's nice when an artist that you don't hear or see too much of gets a little bit of spotlight. I hope that kid sticks around in the business.
I like his name. He's got a great name. I gotta say
You know,
that.
right? Yeah,
I'd like to
Mini
see him
Marvel,
do one of the Disney variants. Wouldn't that be cool? See Alex
oh my
Ross
God,
do a
that'd be
Disney variant.
great.
Yeah.
Mini Marvel, I'm buying right now. They wouldn't even have to just bill me. I mean, Disney already has all my payment information. Just bill me. I'm happy for it.
So who's your villain? Mr. Mime, but it's Goofy.
Mr. Mime.
This book writes itself.
Goofy.
Mr. Mine's the other Captain Marvel's villain, right? Mr. Mine's the other. Is that were you making a joke, right?
Yeah,
I don't know who. I don't know who. Actually, serious question: if anyone know who has been Carol's main villain besides the end of her series and having to do a new series?
Probably
I would
yourself.
say-
She's a big
I would-
stand for something.
Yeah, like for a while there, it was alcoholism.
That's what I was going to
But-
say. See, the patriarchy.
She doesn't really have like. I guess you could like they should really kind of like set somebody like Ronan the Accuser or something up to be kind of like. She doesn't really have like a good like arch
Oh, you know
nemesis.
what would be really good for her, and I'm not sure what her current continuity story is. Not Ronan the Accuser, Tanelf the. She was in an Invader story a few years ago, circling back to the Invaders. Tanalf the Pursuer. Tanalth, the Pursuer.
The Perspirer.
No, I just think that would be a great. And there was also another villain that would have Deathbird. There are villains out there for Captain Marvel. Somehow she always kind of gets lumped into, oh, it's Thanos again, or you know what I mean? I think one of the, and I heard this I read this in another article. One of Captain Marvel, the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel weaknesses, she doesn't have that one arch, and she doesn't have that one sort of, oh, they're back. And almost everybody else has that, right? She doesn't have a Red Skull. She doesn't have a Dr. Doom.
I like how Jay said the patriarchy.
Yeah, she's always sort of dealing with, like
it.
you said, these other issues, identity issues. There was a time where she wasn't even sure if she should be Captain Marvel. You know what I mean? She had to almost like talk
One person
herself.
she really doesn't like John is Rogue, probably. She probably doesn't have fond memories of Rogue.
Well, her and Rogue they're on okay terms. They're not best friends, but
Yeah.
So it is 7:30. We're gonna do our
our
last
final
break.
yes, our final
We're
break.
gonna see you in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting. Go follow The Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
We're back.
All right.
We're back.
This
Alex,
is
what you got?
something very special. So we just purchased our first round of books from one of our customers we sell on the show. We have a pallet of 20 long boxes. We just started going through it, literally a couple hours ago. Nick has given me the very first round of books very quickly to show off a quick example of some of the awesome stuff that should be coming. So we don't have a price banner for these. We don't have any pictures of these. These are brand new, like within the past 2 hours, priced and ready to go. So I'm going to show these off, but this is just an example of some of the books that our customers are sending us for us to sell to you. And check out the prices. We're very, very excited. We're going to start with Ghost Rider, number 28, still poly bag. These are going for $20 on eBay. We have it at $15. This is the Midnight Suns one. This is still poly bag. First Lilith. Not Vampire Lilith, but Midnight Suns Lilith. We have this at $15. Still poly bag. We've got the Marvel Superheroes Spring Special. Square bound, high grade, near mint, a beautiful Moon Knight cover. Only $5. We have the Summer Special, which is an awesome Iron Man cover. Square bound, high grade, only $4. There is no Squirrel Girl Spring Special that we have found yet, but we do have the other specials, and they are high grade. This is the book I'm very excited about. This is Marvel 2-in-1, number 17. And not only is it that, you'll notice something special. This is a Pence copy, a foreign variant, only $20 for this European Pence copy. Marvel 2-in-1, Basilisk, Thing, and Spider-Man.
And there's the Basilisk.
The Basilisk.
Robbie and I always wonder what happened to Basilisk. Why didn't he make it?
Well, you can read this issue and find out.
Why didn't he make it? Where's the Basilisk action?
He was gonna be in that Captain America movie, The Serpent Society. He absolutely would have been. Moon Knight Volume 2, number 1. He's going for about $20, but this is only $14 for the Fist of Khonshu, Volume 2. This is a great Moon Knight run. The most expensive book that I brought with me from this new collection, of the first 5, I literally just grabbed a handful, and this is what we got here. Transformers number 1, first appearance of Optimus Prime, first appearance of Megatron, number 1, $75. This is going around $80 to $100 in this similar condition. But we got a great deal, so I want to pass it on to you. This is Transformers number 1 for $75. And to go with that, we got the great Soundwave cover. Soundwave number 5, only
Shockwave.
$12. Shockwave. That's exactly what I said. It just came out. It just hit differently. Shockwave.
We'll fix it in post. Don't worry about it.
Mills, Jamil, this is about a 5.5. It's structurally good. It just has a few spine ticks. And the 5 is about a 6.5. It's only $12 for Shockwave. Not too common, but this is a War Machine from the miniseries. Sorry, from the Maxi series, not the miniseries. This is only $4 for this War Machine number 4.
It's a cool cover. I really like that.
Very Liefeld-esque, almost pouches with all the ammo. Is that Alan Alda on the cover of number 1?
Yikes.
I don't know, but it does look like him.
Huh.
It is Optimus Prime. And the last.
That's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover on number 1, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say that has a Bill Sienkiewicz look.
Yes, it is. It is Bill. We got two more. We got 2 more what ifs. We got what ifs. Yeah, Jamil, give me a second. What if Jessica Jones had joined the Avengers? And what if Karen Page had lived? This is for the 2000s What If series. Not too common on these. Good stories, only $4. Jamil, here is the number 1. I will take it out for you so you can see.
That don't look too bad at all.
Does not.
No.
And Jamil, you know what? I'll throw this in. You buy this, I'll throw in a free press. I'll press this for free. I don't think it needs it too much, but there is something I can take out of this. So this comes with a free press if you would like it. $75 for
Now,
issue.
the way that Alex is going to press it, though, is he's going to put 5 greasy pizza boxes on top of it. Okay, so just be warned.
That's exactly how I press my comic books.
I press all mine with pizza boxes.
Finally, I have one set. This is the saga of the original Human Torch. This is out of West Coast Avengers. Numbers 1 to 4. 1, 2, and 4 are newsstand on this series. And it's only $10 for the set. So, boom, we're here. Jamil will take it. I'll bring this home tonight. I'll press this for you tonight and get this back tomorrow. Congrats, Jamil. And other than that, these are the new collections
giving away trade
that we
secrets.
just bought. So, anyone with any interest, let me know. I'm going to take these back. If you guys have any collections, any books you want to sell to us, please send me an email, alex.domsky@dynamite.com, and we'll get your books on the air. And thanks for looking at the stuff.
And Bueller, I saw your comment. Slingshot, me and you, Orlando, 2024, buddy. We're doing it this year. I just got to have my drinks first, not after this time. Okay, so we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to go viral with our video, too. It's going to be awesome. I'm so scared, y'all. I'm so scared. I don't want to do it.
Why will claim that UK edition?
There was a UK edition.
Was that the
Yeah, I
Marvel
was
2-in-1?
tuning them out too because we was chattering too much.
Say it again, Robbie. I'm sorry.
Was that the Marvel 2-in-1 that he's talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Lyle, let us know. I think that's the Marvel 2-in-1. I'm not sure. The
Okay.
10
That's
cent.
what I was going to say. I think it was
Yeah.
10 pence. Yeah, I think it was the.
10 pence, sir, for this comic book.
In my mind, the kid selling comics is like Oliver Twist. You know what I mean? He's at like the newsstand, and he's like, "Please." He doesn't have enough to eat, but I can drop $9 on Mini Marvel's gold cover.
The one with the basil. Okay.
The one with the basilisk. But he's left the room.
the 10
so
pence
he's
cover.
lost
Yeah. It's the Marvel
I'll write it
10.
down for you, Lyle.
No, Bueller,
I'll
we
write
are
it
doing
down.
drinks. We are doing drinks before the slingshot. That way, if I harf, it's going to be all over you, brother.
No.
10 pence, middle skills. We've
Being
had so many
450
books-
feet in the air with Bueller, by the way, is not as luxurious of an experience as you might think it would be. Because he starts
Wow.
freaking you out. And he's like, oh, these chains are really weak, man. He starts shaking the swings.
Not
It was
nearly
too
as much fun as like the RV is.
Yeah. I'd rather be on a slingshot than in his bus again. His bus is smelly. I'm just going to say that.
Oh yeah, well he's been living in there for what, like 10 months now or something. It's like
Did Preston, did Lyle on the back?
the
The 10 pence.
the European, the 10 pence cover.
Yeah, very cool.
He's 10 pence, none the richer. Go get his book.
I'm just kidding y'all about Bueller's bus. It's lovely. It's lovely in there.
No, I'm sorry, man. I just
I haven't seen it in person. I've only seen it, through the shows. I've seen the inside.
It was steamy in there when I saw him, but then again, he came to Alabama in the summer, and I walked in, he looks at me, he goes, "It's hot down here."
sweaty.
was like, yep, it sure is.
OUG said that's another reason to raise money to go to MegaCon. Listen to Robbie scream. I didn't know his voice got that high.
It's true, man. I was freaking out on that ride, man.
You just said it. Robbie turns into a 12-year-old girl when he's 450
What's
feet
crazy
in
is
the
it
air.
was my idea, John. I'm like, hey, let's go do this like giant. It's like apparently the world's tallest swing,
Slingshot.
right? Like it's not. We didn't do the slingshot. We were going to, but after doing so it's those swings that like spin around, and after
Was
doing
it
it,
a
it's like
Point
the world's
Orlando
tallest
or a
one.
place
It's
like
in
that?
It's in Orlando, and it's like 450 feet. And after doing that, he's like, let's go do the slingshot. And I was like, no, not at all. Not at all. Oh, Bueller, you're lying. Come on. You wouldn't allow me to do that. Anyway, we're moving on.
Those rides is when gravity is my friend, right? Because everyone's like, John, let's go on this ride. That's like the space shuttle and launches you into the air. And I say, I don't want to, but I say, okay, I'll go. And I stay on the line with them the whole time. And then the minimum wage person responsible for everyone's safety looks at me and it's like, dude, you're not going to fit on this ride. And I look at him and go, I know. And I turn around and I just walk away to safety and tell him, you'll find me at the bar. I don't like to be spun around. Right? No.
I just want to say this. There were little girls on that ride that handled it way better than me. Okay? Like, I'll admit it.
Oh, no.
I was terrified up there. I was all gung-ho till we get up there, and I'm freaking out, man.
Well, see,
I'll be honest, I'd probably be the same. If I
well,
was
here's
on a
the
ride
thing.
like that.
There's like a level of fright, right? Because if I'm on the ground, I'm fine. If I'm in the air flying, I'm fine. I'm not flying a plane. But there's that middle level.
As you're falling or rising.
Hey, let's go bungee jumping. No. What bungee cord is holding me? No, that's not happening.
Everybody, please hit the thumbs up.
Hit the thumbs
21
up.
watching, 19 likes.
Oh,
Come
we
on.
got that ratio up. Lyle, just confirm you wanted this. This is the Pence copy of Marvel 2-in-1 17. He's back, deadlier than ever, Basilisk. So have this slither into your collection. But Lyle,
The next
just let me
time,
know.
you're talking to Disney
Yeah.
about gargoyles,
I have nothing to do with that.
tell them I want
have
to see a
nothing to do.
Dynamite 100
I
of
have-
Minarella.
I have nothing to do with that.
All right, guys. Since we're getting a little closer to the end, how about we just do an official Amy aftermath of what has transpired tonight?
What was
Oh, nice.
It's awesome.
Lyle, I got you down for this. Congrats.
All right. At the beginning of the show, we showed Amazing Spider-Man number 208. It was 9.2 for $20. That's still available. We had Amazing Spider-Man number 213, a 9.2, still available for $20. Again, we had a lot of $20 books tonight.
This was a great opportunity for people, like I said, to backfill those collections where maybe they sold a book, maybe they missed it or whatever, and now they're trying to catch up and the book is $60, $70 at the show. These are priced to kind of, let you fill those in and not go broke.
Then we had 215 for Amazing Spider-Man, another $20, still a 9.2, still a newsstand edition.
See, this is a book I could see becoming hard to find when they said Namor was going to be in Wakanda Forever, right? And now all of a sudden, okay, now I'm looking to find the book again. And, this is like a great price for these books.
Doesn't happen. No, Travis, unfortunately, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen on that show. I guess it just depends on who's here. Okay, that's 215. Amazing Spider-Man 216 still available. A 9.2 for another $20. Madam Web, we're still wondering if that movie's gonna come out at some point next year.
Well, yeah, like Robbie said, there have been set photos, but I used to think set photos were like a good sort of indication the movie was coming out. And then we got Batgirl. And now I'm like, so you finished the movie and you won't even release it. So now I almost feel like I'm not happy until I'm sitting in the theater seat. And now I'm reasonably sure if you sold me a ticket.
Right. 216. We have Amazing Spider-Man 217 still available for $20, a 9.2. Hydro Man and Sandman. Apparently Hydro Man is very important. I was unaware of how.
He's not very important, Amy. John was just on something. I don't know what was going on there.
217. We have Amazing Spider-Man 218. Still $20. That's the what? Right. Why is this Spidey sense going off? How about the monster that is looming over the city?
So is this a Miller cover too? Is this one a Miller cover too? It might be. Because didn't somebody say 218 and 219 were both Miller covers? So that's something definitely to check out. It looks like Miller marks, right? Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has the skyline has a very much of a Miller sort of. Yeah. I almost feel like I've seen that skyline in Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Amazing Spider-Man 219. That's the last one that's available for $20. Still a 9.2. Peter Parker, Criminal.
Now this one's definitely a Frank Miller cover, and one of the best covers I think we've had all night. Well, one of the best collar-free covers, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is what Peter Parker would look like if instead of Dark Knight, he decided to take Spider-Man down that road. This is what I would expect to see, right? The story opens, and there's Peter Parker in jail. Kid, what do you think? How swinging around the city? Exactly. I mean, the other.
But you're wondering how I got into this situation.
And he's got a mustache.
All right, our last couple Spider-Mans. Amazing Spider-Man number 234, still a 9.2, but this one's $14. The Will-o'-the-Wisp. That kind of looks like an alien, in my opinion.
Mm.
And then Amazing Spider-Man number 244, featuring Hobgoblin. Well, his pumpkins anyway on that cover, and it's $26 tonight. Action Comics number 485 is still available. Back to $20. The fantastic Neil Adams cover that everybody loves. Action Comics number 500. 9.0, $19 with the crazy cover and cover and cover and cover and cover. It goes on and on and on.
It's the infinite cover.
Now we have Adventure Comics number 431, Spectre. That's graded 7.5 and it's $30.
I really like this book.
Fantastic cover.
Yeah, like almost like a minimalist type of cover. I just
that Terry Silver method. Man doesn't have no hands, can't hold a gun.
Yeah. That's absolutely like Spectre mentality. Gun? I know how to fix this. Snap.
We also showed off Batman number 387. It's a 9.2. It's available for $22. Behind the Black Mask. We showed off Marvel Superheroes number 1. That's 4.0. We have available for $20. Very colorful cover. We showed off X-Men number 55. It's a 6.5 for $65.
Looks like the Will-o'-the-Wisp guy, right?
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Green with the bolt in the middle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although I guess this one, I want, before I say completely the wrong thing, who is the guy on the cover here? Because the other one's Will-o'-the-Wisp. Who's this guy?
I think it's one of those things from Karate Kid 2 where they were like, doing that thing and like,
I think that's right.
Because I'm like, is this an alien or am I totally off?
No, I think that's like some kind of mental projection, astral plane Professor X.
If someone knows, please let us know, and so I can stop looking dumb.
That's
Will-o'-Whisperer.
The Jolly Green Giant.
No, I said, maybe I'm wrong, but that looks like Professor X.
It's Martian Manhunter.
That book would get much better. So suddenly we're fantasy casting this X-Men book, and it's much better.
We also showed off the Invaders number 2, one of our back issues, for a spectacular price of $5.
They really missed the opportunity to call this the Extreme Invaders.
We still have an Amazing Spider-Man number 29, 125 variant available. How do you say his name again? I'm sorry, Marco Cicchetto. Thank you very much. We have four still left, and they are available for $10. $10 each.
It's the Academy Award statue.
It's the fake gold one that turned green.
It really is.
It's the one that gave Howard Hughes back in the day before
Travis
they really
says
made
the
him gold.
floater. No,
Green Llama. Guys, these are all great names.
that sounds like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I like Bueller's Green Man.
No, Lyle, if it was a Green Llama, I would be very happy.
And then Amazing Spider-Man number 29, the 1/100 Disney variant is available. We have one available for $90. Mini Marvel.
These are going over $100. Go check eBay.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to wind up being at a con, and I'm going to buy a whole bunch of them. My wife is going to ask me what. It's like $1,400 going on there. Those price cards. I'm going to have to explain Disney 100.
It's Spider-Man 300 homage, Secret Wars 1 homage, and X-Men Volume 2 number 1 from the 90s, which is the next 3 Disney 100 covers.
Okay. All right, we showed off Emperor Mind Warp number 1, the Atlas edition signed by Jeff Parker. It's still available for $19.69.
Who's unwilling to draw his own. Unwilling, I said.
And then commission cover art that's still available is Avengers AI with Nick Fury and a scroll by Joe Delbiato, Mariano Nicieza for $50 tonight. Blockbuster deal. And then, Alex, did you want to recap the Avengers that you had? Did anyone need... Did anyone want to look at Avengers again?
Stick around Wednesday for more Avengers. And Strange Tales. And Tales of Suspense. And Tales to Astonish.
You know we have less time on Wednesdays now, right?
That's why they got to look at Wednesday, because it's going to be a great show Wednesday.
We have those books. We're going to talk about Red Sonja. There's a few new Darkwing Duck covers I wanted to bring on. It says it's Alex Summers.
Oh, that's Havoc. Okay.
Oh!
All right, I get that.
What's going on in that book that he looks like that? What the
Havoc's changed.
He always has the power coming out of his chest, right? But we always have a Havoc thing, like
together.
the weird sort of thing on his head. And he doesn't have that here. So basically,
that's why I'm like, he's not green. I understand the chest part, but he's not green.
I wanted to ask a question real quick before we go.
Yes.
John, did you watch Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning?
Today, no. But I've seen it several times.
What did you think?
I loved it. And this kind of leads into this thing. And we talked about, you made the comment about Super Mario Brothers and $1 billion going back to Top Gun Maverick this year. They can say what they want about, having difficulties making money or whatever. People want to go to the movies. People want to see these movies. I mean, I'm sort of like in that minimal, all I want to see is Marvel movies, but I'm still happy to pay to see these other movies, right? And I think every time they're like, oh, well, we're really struggling. How? I go 3 of the 4 times I saw Mission Impossible in just the first couple of days, the theater was packed. And I'm like, you guys are like, oh, these shows are showing to half-filled theaters. And I almost feel like saying to these suits in the studios, dude, I go to the movies way more than you do because I'm not busy ripping people off all day. So I'm telling you, these are not half-full theaters.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, John. I'll say this is my best thing to say about the movie. It's 2.5 hours long, and it feels like an hour and a half. It breezes by. Like it's over like that.
It shocks me when it ends because you're like, oh, and you know what? I don't think this is so much of a spoiler because they've talked about this a bunch of times, but I saw this in Spider-Verse. They're starting to do movies in multiple parts now. We've had it with Harry Potter, Hunger Games. I feel awful when, one of the times I'm in there watching Mission Impossible, the movie ends. They have told you that this is part 1 of the movie.
At least this time it's actually in the title.
People are like losing their minds. Like, wait, what do you mean? How does the movie end? Come back next year and we will show you. For people that are used to watching TV for decades, I'm pretty sure that, you know what I mean? We can get used to serialized movies again. You know what I mean? There's no reason why. I mean, Infinity War and Endgame were essentially one super big long movie.
I mean, here's the question: would you rather have a 4-hour movie that you have to sit through start to finish, Or would you rather Zack Snyder get Justice League and have a movie event that's broken up into actual chapters, but it's more like a TV show? But there's a definitive
or
start
keep it to
and
the two pieces, because I know a lot of movies this year are like at least 2.5 hours, and some people complain about that. But sometimes that's why they'll cut it into 2 parts, so it's not too long.
I don't know in the modern world if people are going to sit in a movie theater for 3.5 or 4 hours. Because keep in mind, back in the day when a movie was longer than an hour and 45 minutes,
They had an intermission.
there was an intermission. People would go out,
other countries have
get
intermissions
candy.
too.
They'd have to smoke cigarettes and do whatever people did back then. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to ask Americans that can barely put their phones down to watch a 4-hour movie. I think people with kids, that lets them out.
Well,
Because
we'll
I
see
watched
what happens
kids-
with Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's 3 hours long, and I think it's
So
going to do
It better
very
be
well.
super
So
engaging, or I'm going to be so bored.
Here's my question. In 1 week from today, which will have the higher box office number, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
It might come pretty
Barbie.
close, honestly.
Barbie will
I-
have it. Barbie will have it for opening weekend,
I say
but in the
Barbie.
long run, it's going to be close, I think. But Barbie
Yeah,
has
because I
more
think
mass
you have a
appeal.
much-
Barbie's
have a
got
much-
kids. Barbie's
Yeah.
got adults with nostalgia. Barbie's got like hipsters who want something fun and quirky. It's
You've
covering
got,
so many more bases,
grandmothers
right?
taking their granddaughters to see this. This is what you talked about too, Robbie, with Super Mario
I have a
Brothers.
question.
You're going to have a much huger people like in the beginning.
If we think Barbie's going to be the winner, could Barbie make $1 billion?
I think Barbie can make $1 billion.
Yeah, I think, and again, Robbie said that for Super Mario Brothers, and Rex was like,
Yeah,
I
so
said
far,
that
that's the
about-
only $1 billion movie this
I mean,
year. is
I
I
Mario Brothers.
appreciate everybody remembering the Mario prediction, but I also predicted the Flash would make $1 billion, and I was way off on that one. So.
no, award winner, no.
This
We're
Barbie
not
movie,
we're not gonna make you feel bad about that.
this Barbie movie seems like the perfect opportunity for them to make toys based on the movie. It just seems like
Right.
a right thing to do.
A
Could you
Barbie
imagine
toy?
like toys based off this movie? Could be a cool idea.
I think when you get a movie, and Robbie said this with Super Mario Brothers, when you get a movie where somebody can take their kid,
Mhm.
or in the case of Barbie,
Or their
Like-
grandma.
literally the lady next door to us is excited about taking her. She knows I go to the movies all the time. She said, "I'm so excited to take my granddaughters to Barbie because the woman is like almost 70. She still has a huge Barbie collection. So that tells me $1 billion is within reach. When you get, because she's going to go and she's going to buy just 3 granddaughters. Maybe
sure.
one
And
of her daughters. will
Just so
buy.
everybody knows, in 1 hour, you can join me on PCP Movie Night as we continue Action Fest to talk about Chuck Norris's Missing in Action. So there you go.
You know-
Oh yeah, we're almost out. What do we have coming up next?
You know, Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups; he does earth downs.
Earth down. What do we have next on this channel, Jay?
In about 2 hours, we're going to have the Devil's Advocates with Kyle and Bronze Age Nerd, and they're going to be talking about the strike. So I don't know how that's going to go, but it is a call-in show. Everybody remember that. So you can call.
Oh,
in
yikes, we
with
should have
opinions.
talked about that then. We took their gimmick. Sorry, man. But yeah, check out Robbie's show. I didn't realize all of a sudden it's like 8 o'clock. Check out Robbie's show. Check out the other shows on The Experience. Thanks
Yes.
for joining us.
Yes, we'll be
You
back
don't have to
Wednesday. Will
thank
you be here
us.
Wednesday?
You don't have to
So
thank
it'll
us.
be me and Alex on Wednesday. And Jay, are you running the Wednesday?
That's going to be JD.
It's gonna
Okay.
be JD.
JD. All right.
You know how grateful they are that Rex is in here? You're welcome, everybody. We'll try to get Rex out on Wednesday, too. But
Thank you.
Flash is leaving theaters, actually.
I was going to say thank you to everyone for
Not
being
fast
here.
enough,
Thank you,
apparently.
Robbie. Always huge thanks. Thank you to Jay for
yeah, thanks,
helping
everybody,
us
for
run
joining us.
this.
Congrats on
Thanks for
people who
joining
picked up
us.
books.
Fill out your forms.
Flash your
Fill out
forms.
your forms, please. And we will see you guys next time.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.